Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Mobile VR Reviews. I'm your host, Guy Manspeed, and today I'll be reviewing Wands on the Gear VR, an interesting PvP one-on-one magic dueling game set in an alternate reality 1880s London. Wands was released on the Gear VR on August 18, 2016, and is available for $5.99. It's developed by Nux Studios, a development studio based in Stockholm, Sweden, dedicated to creating high-end VR and AR content. Wands is the first game to come from the newly formed studio, and I'm definitely looking forward to future projects from them. I'll admit I didn't really give Wands much attention at launch, but I'm glad I eventually got around to it because, as you'll see, it's something special on the Gear VR. In Wands, you use magical relics to battle others in a mysterious realm known as the Beyond. You start in your workshop where you're directed by some blackboard writing to choose an avatar, build your custom wand, and pick your spells for battle. You can head downstairs into the basement where there's a small practice range set up so you can test your spells, and when you're ready to duel, head into the Beyond through this portal. You can choose from either competitive duel, where you're matched up with a random human opponent, duel a friend from your Oculus friends list, or practice where you duel an AI opponent. After you choose one of these options, you're transported to one of 3 arenas in the Beyond, and then the real fun begins. Your wand consists of 4 relics chosen by you for offensive and defensive spells, plus a 5th relic used for teleporting, which is how you move around the arena. To teleport, you select the top relic, choose a free point indicated by these glowing circles, and fire. You very quickly fly through the air to your target spot, so you actually get a feeling of moving to that spot instead of just blinking there, which helps maintain a sense of where you are and which direction you're facing. When it comes to doing battle, you select one of your spells, aim at your opponent, and fire. Simple as that. The match ends when one of you runs out of health, or you reach the 3 minutes and 30 seconds time limit. But there's more to it than that. In addition to a health meter, you have a mana meter which you have to manage. All spells, including teleportation, use mana, which slowly regenerates during the match. The teleport points are specifically arranged too. Some offer a great vantage point but leave you exposed, while others are very hidden but limit your attack options. And this is what brings a surprisingly rich layer of strategy to the game. This is far more than just some one-on-one shoot-'em-up deathmatch. Between managing your health, mana consumption, choosing the right spell, and carefully positioning yourself, there's a lot going on here. You start off with a few spells, but can buy more using relic dust, which you earn by completing matches. The price per spell goes up as you buy more of them, so unlocking them will take you about 40 to 50 wins depending on your performance. The spells are well balanced between range, mana cost, damage dealt, and defensive effect. And it doesn't feel like there's any single spell that's a silver bullet, so when you lose, it's because your opponent had a better strategy, not just a bigger gun. I'd like to take this time to address the game's elephant in the room. It's a relatively new game for Gear VR that is multiplayer only. With the exception of an AI practice bot, there is no single player content. The practice bot is nearly impossible to beat in your first match, but once you develop some basic strategy, the bot is very easy. The game relies on there being other people online at the same time as you, so if no one else is playing it, you're not either. I've been playing regularly for almost 3 weeks at the time of this video, and it was pretty tough to find anybody during that first week. But things are getting better. First, I recommend joining the Wands forum on their homepage. You can see the link in the description. The community is small but growing, everybody seems pretty friendly, and they even organize tournaments. Second, I've had a lot better luck in the last 1 to 2 weeks in random matchups, so either more people are playing, or the servers are doing a better job matching. Either way, it's become noticeably easier to play when I want to, and it gets even easier with every person that joins. And I have to mention spectator mode. Whether you own the game or not, you can view matches live on the game's website and see real people battling in the Beyond. It's a very cool way to see some experienced players go at it, especially if you can catch a tournament match. Again, check the forums for details. The controls are simple and effective. The game supports both Gear VR touchpad as well as Gamepad controls. There are only 2 actions, your basic confirm button to click on things and activate spells, and the action that brings up the spell select wheel. Naturally, you move your head to aim or select objects or spells. I think the Gamepad control scheme could have been optimized, for example using a directional pad to select spells, but this would have given Gamepad users a clear advantage. As it stands, the controls are designed to keep the playing field level, whatever control scheme you choose, and as always I recommend using a gamepad if you have one, purely for reasons of comfort. The graphics are simply stunning. Right from the beginning you feel fully immersed in the world. The workshop is intricately detailed, from the blackboard instruction to the character select posters to the music box and gramophone. And the workbench is currently my favorite user interface on Gear VR. You actually have to assemble your wand when you choose your spells. It would have been much easier for the developer to just have a list with boxes to check or uncheck for this purpose, but they put in the extra effort and it absolutely shows. This is VR UI done right. And it doesn't stop there. Each of the 3 battle arenas has a distinct visual style and layout. Aspis Prison is dark, filled with skeletons and lava, and feels dusty and foreboding. The Temple of Ophidian takes cues from Egyptian and Central American tombs and has a bit of an Indiana Jones feel to it. And the Celestial Halls, the largest of the arenas, looks like a royal palace complete with artwork and furniture. They're all small enough to keep the one-on-one battles heated, but large enough to avoid claustrophobia. And then we have the spells. Each spell has a distinctive look, and it really is a sight to behold. Even the basic Fireball is beautiful as it flies in an arc. 2 of my favorites are the Phoenix, a flaming bird that chases down your opponent, and the Meteor, which is a slow-moving, giant rocky ball of death. The sound, like the graphics, is also incredibly well done. From the slow Victorian fantasy melody that greets you in the workshop to the instrumental battle music in the Beyond, the music is very fitting, although you'll be too busy getting set on fire to really notice it. The sound effects are equally enjoyable, as each spell, both offensive and defensive, has a distinct sound. And this is more than merely aesthetic. You can tell what spell your opponent just cast even if you can't see him, and you can hear the ratchet sound of your opponent switching spells and giving away his position. Simply put, the sound is every bit as good as the graphics. I found this game completely comfortable. Most of the time you're standing still looking around, which is perfectly comfortable in the Gear VR, or you're teleporting, which happens so fast there's no time for you to get motion sick. As I mentioned earlier, the game does a great job of immersing you in its world. The graphics and user interface, as well as the sound, pull you into the workshop. You can practically smell the dust. It all works together to convince you that you're in another world, and it definitely ranks as one of the most immersive experiences on the Gear VR. And that's pretty much it. There's the very occasional glitch where 2 players teleport into the same spot, but it's in no way game-breaking. And finding opponents to duel, while it seems difficult at first, is getting easier every week. As I mentioned, joining the forums makes finding dueling partners even easier. Some might say a single-player campaign is needed, but the studio put all their effort into crafting a well-balanced PvP experience, and in that they've done an amazing job. As it stands, the game is a lot of fun. It's quick to pick up, simple to learn, has a relatively high skill ceiling, and becomes surprisingly addictive. Each match is different, and everybody has their own strategy and favorite combos, which keeps things exciting. I always want to go just one more match to try out a different strategy or a new spell. It has some of the best graphics and sound design you'll find on the Gear VR, and it's really a unique experience. I recommend picking this game up, and I'll see you in the Beyond. Thanks for watching. Did you agree with my review of Wands? Was I unfair or did I miss something? Did this review change your mind about buying the game? Leave a comment to let me know what you think. And if you like what you saw, and you want to see more of this, hit the like and subscribe buttons. And if you have a specific request for a review, write that in the comments too. Hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.